Hey everybody, you already know who it is. It is a Mad Villain back at you with another video. Today's topic of discussion is men's mental health being beat down and Thots, Vtubers, e-girls, you know who they are, etc. basically profiting off of it. Okay, with that being out of the way, let's dive right on into it. First things first, I want to talk about Twitch Thots and the double standards when it comes to Twitch Thots versus like dudes that regular average Joes. Let's just say it like that. The thing I don't like about Twitch Thots, to be honest with you, just to be quite real, is the simple fact they can basically just get away with murder. Like, let's say like Amaranth and Pokimane, for example, all the shit they did to like other people, like when it comes to false copyright claims and shit, like basically breaking TOS when it comes to dress code and shit like that, etc., and just being flat out toxic behind the scenes, they basically get no backlash for it by the people that should be implying these rules, basically. But the reason why that doesn't happen is because basically they're like moderately attractive women. I'm just keeping it real here. If a dude, an average Joe, or an ugly ass dude that literally has little to no business to bring to the table, he would have been banned already 10,000 times over for like 1/16 of what they got away with. I'm just keeping it real here. So that's one thing I'd like to get out of the way. Next up, VTubers. The reason why I really don't like them, to be honest with you, one, it's just too much weeb shit. That's just my personal opinion. But the thing I really don't like about it is, and it really gets me upset, the only real time VTubers even became popular as they did was because of COVID 2020. And a lot of dudes were lonely and depressed as fuck at that time. I'm just keeping it real. They had really no communications. They couldn't really go outside. Nobody really could. But I'm just saying, they were the easiest to profit off of. The easiest. Because men's loneliness, they always have to suffer in silence most of the time. And guess what? That's easy money. That's easy money. And VTubers, basically the same thing of like e-girls, Twitch Thots, etc. They consider you the dream of like, oh, like you're really their friend. Like, oh, you're like really their girlfriend or something like that. When in reality, they don't give a shit about you. I hate to say it, but it's true. They don't give two flying capital F's. They don't care. They might say it like, oh, like we support you, oh my god, like I can't wait for you to glow up. Like they don't care. They don't give two shits. They're just telling you what you want to believe and what you want to hear. That's just the bottom line. And especially like those ASMR like channels and shit, like, oh, like this is like a girlfriend, like ASMR and all that shit. Like, bruh, you won't believe like how many dudes I be seeing like on them ASMR channels go like, oh, I needed this. Oh, like I feel so happy now that I have this, since I can't really get no ass or no hoo-ha in real life. And guess what? It's only going to increase. And guess what else? It's increasing right now. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. And the reason why I have such a disdain for like those kinds of like YouTubers, like specifically, is because they don't give a shit about you. And if more than likely, if they met any of you subs, if like these ASMR chicks, these VTubers, etc., if they met you in real life, more than likely they'd be disgusted by your presence. Because when they just see people like just endlessly throw money at them, like giving them endless praise, they look at you like, what the fuck is this weeb on? They'll just look at you like some sort of freak. And you know the kind of people that VTubers, like these ASMR chicks, like these Twitch Thots, etc., are attracted to? I'll give you a hint. It's the very men that don't buy this shit. That's who they are attracted to a lot more times than not. They're not attracted to subscribers. The more you treat a woman like a celebrity, the more they treat you like a fan. And that is facts. And here's another question. Where is the support for men nowadays? Where is it? I know we got like Jordan Peterson. I know we got like I know we had like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. But where is the real like support? Where are these platforms like for men's mental health? The real answer is hardly none. There's hardly none out there for like real mental health that is for men specifically. It's because men's mental health, like in social media, mainstream media, Hollywood, etc., it loves to beat down on this issue. They love to talk about it, they love to write articles about it, like love shitting on it, but they don't want it to be fixed. Why they don't want it to be fixed? Because it hurts the people's pockets that I just mentioned earlier. And I'm pretty sure, without a shadow of a doubt, if this video blows up somehow, I'll be called an incel. Because I'm calling shit out for what it is. And I wouldn't be shocked. Incel, like woman hater, etc. Like, in disclaimer, I don't hate women. I just hate people that are dishonest about what they do and why they are doing it. That's what I hate the most, especially on a group of people that's already been through a ringer enough as it is. I want to see men's mental health improve, but the very first step before like you can even worry about what the people I just mentioned about earlier in the video is the fact that the people that need to change more than anything is the men. I'm sorry, but I can't just allow like a group of men just keep wallowing in self-pity and think I'm gonna feel sorry for them. I can't. I mean, the world is shitty, it's rough, and it doesn't give a shit about you. But you have to get a shit about you. And I hate to say it, but that's the way it is right now. I mean, imagine if you were one of these guys, right? Imagine if you were just as excited to go to the gym or work out at home or like actually have something to look forward to in life other than just playing a video game, or other than just like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this combo that this guy that I've been watching for I don't know how long is going to do today. Like, just stop. Take a step back and breathe. Imagine how far you would get in life if you were just excited to do those things versus going to Twitter and look at some cosplay chick's ass. If we had that kind of mentality just to even start with, we probably wouldn't be the fattest nation in the world right now, which is the US. I'm sorry, I'm just had to say it for what it is. Facts are facts, regardless if it hurts your feelings or not. However, I'm not gonna say like men's like sadness isn't like a thing that just came out of nowhere unprovoked. I'm not saying that. And what really breaks my heart, a lot of these dudes, you will never know their problems. You'll never know their problems unless they leave it on the letter, leave it on the letter on their deathbeds, or you may never know at all, because men suffer in silence so much. They do. Because in the Western world, at least, in like first world countries, they like men just get shit on like just day in, day out, and they even get shit on just even showing their emotions. A lot of men nowadays are even afraid to so much as cry in front of a chick nowadays. Excuse me. No matter what the reason, it can just be like, you can be like the worst of things. Like, let's say like their whole family died or some shit. Guess what? Certain women, I'm not saying all of them do, but certain women, they would see that like it's a huge ick and turn off. That's how twisted social media has gotten people's heads nowadays. There's just no emotion. All it is just
don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Which is why people just run around looking soulless nowadays. There's no happiness, there's no joy, no nothing. It's just pretending that you have a huge smile on your face, while the inside you look like you're one step away from just completely just blowing up and just mentally just shutting down. And that's what I've seen a lot in men nowadays, and it's very sad and it's cruel, because it will never be brought to light until it's too late. And here's my most important question of all. Who wins in the end? The answer is nobody. Nobody wins. Everybody's just gonna be so alone that they don't want to depend on nobody. And guess what? That's how people are going to die out. And that's just the sad fact. People are gonna die out not with a huge bang, but with a sad whimper. Just asking the question, what could I have done better? What could I have done right? Can I actually just take a second to pause and reflect and actually think about what the other side is going through? Then it's a scary question, but that's a question that a lot of people are not going to ask, because nowadays it's such a us versus them mentality, just in general. But the thing that's going to keep like men and women wedged is social media, Twitch Thots, Vtubers, ASMR chicks, etc. You know who they are. You know which ones I'm talking about. But guess what? As soon as you don't, if you can't even draw back away from that, you're never going to draw back away from your inner demons, because you are always going to be ending up being distracted. This is why I can't support things like that, man. I can't support it. I find it honestly disgusting. I really do, because it feeds off of the worst things that a man can go through, and yet nobody wants to talk about it. But when it comes to people like me that talk about it, oh, I'm an incel. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, and the third. No, I'm not. I'm a man who's concerned. But I'm not a man that's gonna bullshit around the bush and just say like, oh, maybe if you just take a little time and just sit in your little pajama jams and think about life, you might actually get somewhere better. No, I'm telling you what your problems are. And you need to grow up and grow away from certain things that are just going to keep you held down. And that's the honest to God truth. Anyways, I'm not going to make this video any longer than what it already is. So tune in next time. I probably might just upload another fighting video or another serious topic. But I also want just to widen my audience a bit. And also, I get tired of making fighting game videos 24/7. Some things just need to be said. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.